Hey there everybody, Mandy Taylor here with TheMightyCloth.biz. Wanted to show you a little bit more about how to deep clean your cloths. I know that's something that people want to know. So I want to show you more specifically how to do it and show you some good like befores and durings and afters and that kind of thing. So I have here two different baby body cloths. So this one is fairly new. You can see that it's light in color. And then if you look closely, you can see it's nice and fluffy. Like the texture is good. It's very soft, it's pliable, it's good. This one, not so new. The fact that it's a different color is not really indicative of what I'm trying to say. That's probably because when I deep cleaned them last, I wasn't very careful with what I was cleaning at the same time, and the color just bled a little bit. Maybe I had something gray or dark blue or something in there, or teal, who knows. But so don't pay attention to the color, but just look at the difference in the texture. So can you see that it's not as fluffy? It's more like, I don't know, kind of matted down and just, see how this one's nice and fluffy? And this one's just not. So this is how you know when a cloth needs to be cleaned. So either it looks like this and is not fluffy and soft and wonderful, or when you feel it, it feels kind of crunchy or stiff, or it starts to repel water, or it starts to stink. The back lock should make the cloths not stink, and so if they're starting to stink or get crunchy or feel kind of rough, they need to be deep cleaned. So the way that I do that, there's different methods. Some people use a crock pot. Some people actually put them in a pot on the stove. I don't do either of those. The crock pot would probably be safe. In the stove, I would be afraid that it would, that the cloths would get too hot, that they'd touch the bottom and that they might melt or something, I don't know. But so what I do is I fill up my sink here. I stop it up. I'm not going to clean this one. I only ever deep clean the ones that need it. I'm not concerned, these are all mine. I'm not concerned if the color bleeds, so I'm just going to throw everything together. Body cloths, which is that first one I showed you. In my house I use those on my kids' fingers and faces every single day, so they get a lot of use. Kitchen cloths at my house also get a ton of use. So this is primarily kitchen cloths and body cloths, and a few makeup remover cloths just for kicks. They don't actually need it, but I just thought it might get some of the, might make them look prettier. So anyway, you just toss them in. Our laundry detergent, Ultra Power Plus, I'm going to put, I don't know, maybe like a, I don't know, just enough to cover the bottom of the scoop. Not a lot at all. Sprinkle that right on top. And then depending on how long I feel like waiting, I will either boil a pot of water on my stove, or I have an electric kettle that I got that only takes like 7 minutes to heat up, and it's like a lot of water. Sometimes I use that. So today I had some time, so I boiled some water on the stove. Hopefully this won't steam up the phone too much. But all you do is just pour enough over to cover the cloths. And then I usually use like a metal spatula. I don't want to get the laundry detergent on like a wooden spoon or something, since I'm going to use it to cook with. So I'm just going to kind of agitate it a little bit, make sure everything's wet, make sure that the soap has been evenly distributed, and you can see the color of the water is already quite murky. All of these cloths were clean. Let me see if I can show you a little bit more clear exactly the color of the water. So few minutes ago you could see the drain stopper very clearly. Now you can hardly see it at all. See how murky it is? So this is going to get super gross. So what I'll do is actually, sometimes I'll leave this overnight. Sometimes I will, no, I'm going to move back up so you can see me. Sometimes I'll leave it overnight. Sometimes I'll just leave it until it's cool enough to handle. I actually have really big, heavy-duty rubber gloves. I don't know what they are. They say Mappa Professional. My husband gave them to me. He used them at work or something. Anyway, they're super, super heavy-duty, and they actually will withstand the heat. So if I'm in a hurry, I'll actually agitate the water with those big, heavy gloves on. If I'm not in a hurry, then what I'll do is just let it soak, and then once the water is cool enough to handle the cloths, each one individually, I will remove it, rub it together, run it under hot water, keep rubbing it, and then set it aside. And then I'll repeat this process until the water is clear. And just to be super, super certain, I'll take a white plate and I'll wring some of the cloths out over top of the white plate and make sure that the water runs clear. The most I've ever had to do, I feel like, was 4 or 5 deep cleans in a row until it was really, really clean. Those, you know, that 10 million feet of microfiber is holding so much stuff in there that it really, if you're not cleaning it well, or if they've been overused, or just, you know, worked hard, it takes a little while to get all that stuff out. So, repeat this process. I will take some pictures, and I'll come back and I'll show you once it's, you know, even more gross. And we'll just go until it's over, and we'll show you what the final product is. If you don't have Ultra Power Plus, you can, I've heard, use straight vinegar, just distilled white vinegar. I've heard some people even boil the vinegar and put it on. You can also use washing soda that you get at the grocery store, just in the, you know, laundry aisle, washing soda. Those would be my recommendations if you don't have our Ultra Power Plus. But if you don't, I would highly recommend that you get it. Even if you only use it just to clean the cloths, it would be a great investment. It'll save you, you know, it'll last a really, really long time, and it's going to work the best. So this is where we are so far. Just show you how much worse it is now. You can't see the drain stopper at all. It's right there. You can barely see it. So like I said, this water's just going to get worse and worse and worse. And I'll come back and keep you posted. Thanks for watching. Hey there, everybody. Here we are again. So the cloths have been soaking overnight. They are very cool to the touch now. So I'm going to show you step 2. Alright, so all I'm going to do is just turn on hot water, take each of the cloths with all the soap in it still, and just rub it against itself like I would when I was, you know, cleaning it out. It's very important that you agitate the cloths and rub them out like this every time after you use them. I usually flip them over. Really though, anything that you picked up, you want to get out. So remember, we've got all those tiny, tiny fibers in there that we want to keep clean so they do their job. So just gonna scrub it like that, all 4 sides. I guess all 4 corners, both sides. Okay, and then once I've done that, I will wring it out and then rinse it out. This part doesn't have to be done as well because I'm going to repeat the process in just a second, so it doesn't, you know, all the detergent doesn't have to be out. But I want to get rid of all the funk. That's the whole purpose in doing this. And it is a time-consuming process, but the good news is you only have to do it a couple times a year. And then your cloths should be very, very happy. So, for rinsing, hot water, rubbing, and then I would just get all the water out and set it aside. Okay, so once I do that for all of the cloths, I'm going to put them back in and repeat the process. But before I do that, I'm going to take a little cup full of this water just so you can see how dirty it is, and I'm going to stack them on the windowsill, I think. Then we'll be able to see progression, you know, how dirty they were and how clean they got. Okay, so step one, boil hot water, pour it over your cloths with our Ultra Power Plus detergent, let them sit overnight or until they're cool, agitate them, rinse them out, repeat the process. So we've got step one almost completed. I'll be back. Okay, here we are again. So we've got our cloths all rinsed and agitated and wrung out again. I'm gonna go ahead and put some more detergent in, put some more boiling water in, okay, and we're going to make sure all the soap is in, just like before. Okay, so you can already see, if you can see through the steam, the water's already getting a little bit murky still. Nowhere near what it was before. I don't know if you can see this. Yeah. Yum. That was our last round. So we're not there yet, but you can see that already it's working. So I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm not going to leave it overnight this time. I'm just going to agitate it like this for a little while. Maybe put on my big blue magic gloves, and then maybe rub it a little bit together with my big gloves on, and agitate it a little bit that way too. And then I'll come back. So stay tuned. Okay, we are moving on. So we got our hot water, got my magic blue gloves. Like I said, I don't know where my husband got these from. I'm not even sure what they're for. I don't think they're designed to be used in super duper hot water, but they work, so you know, why not? If you want some, or if you want to know what they are or whatever, let me know and I'll try and find out from him where he got them. So all these allow me to do is just agitate the cloths under the hot, you know, within the hot water without having to wait. We want to get the tiny, tiny microfibers as clean as they can be. I did also put in some distilled white vinegar. I haven't done that yet before, but I heard that you can do it, and I figured I put it in my rinse cycle when I do my laundry instead of fabric softener. It helps with static, so I know that it doesn't hurt the cloths, so I figured why not put it here. It doesn't make it completely, you know, you can still feel the fact that the water is warm. And then whereas last time I took the cloths and sort of did them corner to corner, Now what I'll do is just kind of rub them all the way down. So all the way down on the one side. If these gloves were my size and not, you know, monstrous, this would be easier. Change directions, do the same thing. All the way down, on the same side. Okay. Rinse it out. Sorry, wring it out. And set it aside. So I'll go through and do all the rest of them and touch back. Okay, so here we are after deep clean round 2. You can see that the water is not clear, but it's not horrible. It is kind of murky and dirty. And just to save a little bit of water, I have scrubbed them all and rinsed them all, but they haven't been rinsed yet. So when I drain the water from this side of the sink, I'm just going to go ahead and fill it up with cold water, rinse everything out. No, hot water. Rinse everything out. And then I will see where everything is. I think probably it'll be done by then. So the way to double check is to wring everything out over top of a white plate. Make sure that the water runs clear. And assuming that happens, then I'll be done. Then I will take them upstairs and wash them in the washer on hot with an extra rinse cycle. And then if I was really concerned, I could run another cycle with actually no detergent in it at all. Just with straight water, make sure that all of the detergent is out, and that they're really good and fresh and clean. So that's what we're going to do next. Hey there, so we've got everything all rinsed and ready to go. I'm just going to show you how to tell that you're done. So I've got a white plate. Hopefully this won't fall. Okay, we've got a clean cloth. Okay. And I'm just going to wring it out over the white plate. You can see there's no color difference. Okay? And just to drive that point home, I did take some samples of the water, like I said. So I'm just going to get this full of water and then wring it out in here. Get the excess out. And then actually just wring out what's left. Okay. You can see that it's nice and clear. Okay. So I'll take a picture of the different groups of water. And then, like I said, I'm just going to take these cloths and run them through a regular wash cycle on hot. And then do an extra rinse, and I may even do a rinse that's just the rinse by itself, just a straight rinse to get all the detergent out. And then dry them on hot, and they'll be good to go again. So, thanks for watching. Have a great day.